Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this morning for a album review. Well, an anniversary edition album review for In Flames' anniversary edition for the 20th anniversary for Clayman. The review I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this whole album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this video. Now, I only got up to the Only for the Week re-recorded song, but I've already heard the Clayman 2020 EP, which I really enjoyed that one. It was probably one of my favorite extended plays of the year. Um, but what did I think of this Clayman 20th Anniversary Edition album? I think it's good. I just have some concerns with it. Um, how Pinball Map was sounding when Anders was screaming. I wasn't really liking it that much. The original Pinball Map song. In my opinion, I prefer the newer versions over the older ones. For Bullet Ride, Bullet Ride wasn't bad for the original version. It just lacked something or whatever. There was something that was lacking in that song. It was mostly how Anders was screaming in the song that I kind of had concerns about. I know there's a lot of In Flames fans that are going to disagree with me, saying, oh, you like the newer In Flames more than the older one. That's true. I do like the newer In Flames. I know they were death metal back in the day, but now they're just like alternative metal, which I actually dig. I don't hate the new Clayman 2020 EP. I actually reviewed it if you want to go check it out because I think I did a good job on it. I wasn't sure about reviewing this 20th anniversary edition for Clayman because I was really conflicted on if I wanted to do it or not. But yeah, I'm glad I did. Square Nothing they didn't make a re-recorded version for that. The only re-recorded versions they made for were Only for the Week, Bullet Ride, Pinball Map, and Clayman, the title track. And I thought Clayman re-recorded was really good. I didn't hate it. I just didn't like the Clayman original version that much. I think it's one of my least favorites, but the rest of the album as a whole I think is good. Um I did start liking the original Clayman songs, like Satellites and Astronauts was really good. Brush the Dust Away was really good. Swim I enjoyed. Suburban Me was really good, and so was Another Day in Quicksand. And I started growing like the screams from Anders when he was not using his actual singing voice and just screaming most of the time. It actually sounded really good with those songs. It's just the first six songs I tend to have some issues with. And that's what's bringing the rating down to like a solid rating, I guess you could say. Um, Themes and Variations in D minor was really good. I really enjoyed the violin in it and just how the song was playing out. And then it leads into Only for the Week re-recorded version, which I did enjoy. That was really awesome of a song. Uh, I just like how Anders is singing in that song. It sounds so much better. The original, I know there's gonna be some disagreements with what I'm saying, and my opinion and my take on what I think of the original versions of Only for the Weak, Pinball Map, Bullet Ride, and Clayman. Those songs were not bad for the original versions, they just didn't pique my interest as much. And I just tended to cringe at some moments when Anders was screaming. But for the most part, yeah, Clayman 20th Anniversary Edition is a good album. I actually enjoyed it. Do I see myself returning to this? Yeah, I guess you could say that. There's just some things they could have tweaked in this Anniversary Edition. I know there's going to be some people that are going to say, oh, the re-recorded versions are not as good as you think, because they sound like alternative metal, which I don't mind it. That's just me. I like different kinds of music. But when it gets to a point where the overall sound is a little off with certain songs, then yeah. Like the Bullet Ride re-recorded, I wasn't too crazy about it, but I didn't hate it. It sounded a lot better because I could understand what Anders was singing and screaming. And when I listened to the original, I was like, I don't know. It sounds a little more screams, but still solid song. But overall, I think Clayman 20th Anniversary Edition album was it was good. I wasn't disappointed with it. But out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. I almost was gonna give it a 7.5, but I didn't do that because it got like a 76 out of 100 for the score that I was adding it up for or whatever. But I just bumped it up 4 more numbers to make it an 80 out of 100, which is an 8 out of 10. So it's a good album. It just tends to lack some good qualities. There's some good things about the album and some bad things. And mostly the bad things about the album are just how Anders is screaming in the original songs. But overall, yeah, good album. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the In Flames album, Clayman 20th Anniversary Edition album, if you've heard it. And if you like this album review, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. Can't believe it's been 20 years since this album's been out. I never really got into their discography, but I guess I'll have to one of these days when I come around to it. I gotta do some marathon album reviews next week. And then in the month of September, I'm doing a certain marathon album review for a certain band, or whatever they're called, whatever kind of genre they're known as, rap, rock, and other things like that. But yeah, I did enjoy this album. I just had some concerns with it, with certain songs. That was concerning me of how the overall sound was going to sound. But anyways, I will return to you for some track reviews. This is actually the last album I'm doing for this Friday. The last album review I'm doing for this Friday, and then I won't be doing any more new album reviews till like the 4th. So it's just going to be movie reviews this weekend, some track reviews, and other things like that. But I will return to you for Blackpink's Ice Cream featuring Selena Gomez track review. Then be doing Calvin Harris and the Weeknd's Over Now track review. And I believe another track review. Oh yes, Starset Trials Reimagined track review. So definitely stay tuned for all that. And I hope you enjoyed this album review I made for you guys. Well, it's kind of an album review. It's just celebrating 20 years of Clayman being out for at least 20 years. Uh, for exactly 20 years now. Because it's been out for that long. I'm like, damn, how time goes by. I was only 5 years old when it came out. But, anyways, thank you for watching this anniversary edition album review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.